All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a challenge that really sits at the very heart of modern marketing, especially in high-stakes industries like mortgage. It's something called the Attribution Paradox, and we're going to explore how AI is finally starting to give us some real clarity.
So here it is, the question that keeps every marketer up at night. Your campaign numbers suddenly fall off a cliff. What happened? Was it something totally out of your control, like a big shift in the market? Or was it something you could control, like your message just completely missed the mark? Getting this answer wrong isn't just a little frustrating, it's incredibly expensive.
And the stakes get even higher when you bring influencers into the mix. You're basically staring down two massive risks. On one hand, you've got the legal nightmare of compliance failure. One wrong word from an influencer and you could be looking at huge fines, maybe even legal action. But on the other hand, you've got performance confusion, just pouring money into a campaign without a clue why it's failing, which leads to all that wasted spend in completely missed targets. It's a real catch-22.
The way out of this mess comes down to this idea: causal attribution. Now, this isn't about looking at some simple performance score. It's about digging way deeper to find the true root cause. Was the campaign's failure because of the market, the message you wrote, or the messenger who delivered it? Answering that question with absolute certainty, well, that's the holy grail.
So how do you find that certainty? The solution we're looking at today is a multi-agent audit system. And don't think of this as just one big piece of software. It's much more like a team of specialized AI agents, all working together to crack this paradox. Let's pop the hood and see how this thing actually works. It's built on what's being called a four-gear engine. It's an architecture designed to look at a campaign from every single angle, all at the same time, to find out what really happened.
So these four gears are all spinning in parallel, and each one is an expert in its own domain. This multi-agent approach is so important because it means there's no single point of failure. You've got the metric engine for the hard numbers, the market gear for real-world context, the content auditor for analyzing the creative, and then the review coordinator pulling it all together for that final balanced verdict.
Okay, first things first, you have to start with the facts. That's gear one, the metric engine. Its only job is to calculate the objective black and white data. How many leads did we actually get? What was the final win rate? No interpretation, no opinions, just the cold, hard numbers. Next up is gear two, the market gear. And this adds the crucial context because, let's be real, a campaign doesn't exist in a bubble. This gear is pulling in live external data, stuff like new policy rules or huge market shifts like a sudden interest rate hike. This is what grounds the entire analysis in reality.
And this brings us to gear three, the content auditor, which is where the generative AI really shines. It performs what's called a dual score adherence check. Basically, it meticulously compares the script your legal team approved against what the influencer actually said, and it scores how well they stuck to the plan.
So you can picture it, right? On one side, you have the approved, legally vetted script, and on the other, you have the transcript of what was really said, ad-libs and all. The system's job is to highlight every single deviation, pinpointing the exact phrases that introduce compliance risk or just wander away from your core message.
Finally, everything flows to gear four, the review coordinator. Think of this agent, powered by Gemini 2.5 Pro, as the project manager. It takes all the reports from the other gears, the metrics, the market context, the content analysis, and it synthesizes everything to deliver that final, conclusive causal attribution.
Okay, so the theory sounds great, but let's see how this system actually performs when the pressure is on. We're going to walk through a genuine, high-risk scenario to see if it can cut through all that noise and find the real problem.
So in this test, an influencer went completely off script. They started using these incredibly high-risk, ad-libbed phrases like guaranteed to go up and trust me 100%. You can just hear the compliance alarms screaming, right? This is exactly the kind of thing that triggers massive violations. But here's the catch. This all happened while the campaign was running in a really tough, high-rate market. So now the system has these conflicting signals. If performance tanks, is it because of the influencer's crazy language, or was it just the terrible market conditions? Which one is the real culprit?
So, how did the system do? The verdict was completely unambiguous. The finding? High-risk violations. The cause? Messenger failure. The recommended action? Pull the ad immediately. The key thing here is that the system wasn't fooled by the market headwinds. It correctly identified that the messenger's compliance breach was the #1 critical failure that had to be dealt with right away.
So this is where it all comes together. How does this go beyond just being a simple audit? The whole point is to turn this defensive, have-to-do task into a real strategic advantage.
And this isn't just a concept on a slide. The system is containerized with Docker and deployed on Google Cloud, which is just a technical way of saying it's built for the real world. It can automatically scale up to handle any amount of traffic you throw at it, making it ready to be plugged right into a company's automated marketing operations.
And this is the ultimate value. A system like this transforms what is so often a manual, subjective, and slow audit process into something that's quantifiable, data-driven, and truly actionable. It's no longer just about playing defense to avoid getting fined. It's about playing offense with a much, much smarter strategy.
Which really leaves us with a final question to think about. In today's marketing world, is your audit process just a shield, just a cost center you have for defense? Or could it be something more? Could it be a strategic weapon that gives you the clarity you actually need to go out and win?